Deposit reclassification is a solution that allows a bank or a credit union to reduce the amount of money that they're carrying in their reserve requirement at the Federal Reserve Bank in such a way that they can free that money up to come back to their bank or credit union for them to deploy out into their community. The importance of deposit reclassification goes back to kind of the core mission of not only logicpath, but Ceto and Associates so many years ago when we were part of them. Deposit reclassification allows an institution to strengthen their community, take money back that is actually theirs, that they're required to keep at the Federal Reserve Bank based on a bunch of regulations, and put it in the hands to do what they see fit for it. Deposit reclassification is a piece of history.
I worked with every major bank in the country, and I was saddened because when I turned 60, KPMG's policy, as is with Tushaws and all the big 8 accounting firms, is age 60 you must retire. And I wasn't about to retire. So after 3 months, I was sitting around saying, you know, I'm going to do something. And lo and behold, I got a phone call from the CEO of a bank in Pittsburgh. And he said, Nick, I know you work only with the big banks, but would you come out and help us? The project was a tremendous success, but most importantly, we found a new way to make profits for the bank. We learned that they kept about $1 billion with the Cleveland Fed. And we knew there had to be a way to unlock that $1 billion and bring it back to Pittsburgh for them to make mortgage loans and consumer loans and loans to Alcoa and all the other companies there. And because of my knowledge with the Fed and inner workings of the Fed and the reserve requirements, I was able to come up with a way to convince the Cleveland Fed to release those $1 billion back to Integra Bank. And they were very reluctant and very skeptical at first, but we researched all the regulations. We talked to their attorneys and the Fed attorneys. We had weeks and weeks of negotiation. We developed some algorithms that the Cleveland Fed bought off on. And finally, we were able to implement those changes, and that change alone added $5 million in profits to the bank. And we had a very happy client. We called it deposit reclassification. Wouldn't this be good for smaller banks or even bigger banks? Anybody with reserve requirements, which everybody has to pay, including credit unions.
Ceto and Associates, and now logicpath, have done over 2,000 deployments of our deposit reclassification solution. And we've worked with almost every community bank within the country, in all 50 states, and all 12 Federal Reserve districts. So Ceto and Associates, and now logicpath, with our deposit reclassification solution, have positively impacted the US economy by billions of dollars because we've taken money locked away in a vault, collecting dust, and we've given them money to start lending out to their communities.